Mantras of our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says, My Lord, what you want me to be, I shall be. What you want me to know, I shall know. What you want me to do, I shall do. Om Supreme Lord, take possession of this body, manifest yourself in it. O my sweet Master, Lord, God of goodness and mercy. O divine light, supramental reality, with this food imbue the body fully, enter into all the cells, come into every atom, may all become perfectly sincere and receptive, free from all that creates an obstacle to your manifestation. In short, open unto yourself all the parts of my body which are not already you. With love and blessings, says our Divine Mother.
A voice of unborn sings, whispers to the ear. 'Twas their eyes visited by some high sunlight, aspiration showed the image of a crown.
Words of our Divine Mother from the book Mother's Agenda, year 1951-60, page 119, year 1957, topic The Mother's Sutras. The Mother's Sutras. First, a Divine Mother says, Be ambitious for nothing, above all pretend nothing, but be at each instant the utmost of what you can be. Second, as for your place in the universal manifestation, only the Supreme can assign it to you. Third, it is the Supreme Lord who has ineluctably decreed the place you occupy in the universal concert, but whatever be this place, you have equally the same right as all others to ascend the supreme summits, right to the supramental realization. Fourth Sutra. What you are in the truth of your being is decreed in an irrevocable way, and nothing nor anyone can stop you from being it. But the path you take to get there is left to your own free choice. Fifth Sutra. On the road of the ascending evolution, everyone is free to choose the direction he will take. The swift and steep climb towards the summits of truth, to the supreme realization, or turning his back to the peaks, the easy descent to the interminable meanderings of endless incarnations. Sixth, in the course of time, and even in the course of your present life, you can make your choice once and for all, irrevocably, and then you have only to confirm it with every new occasion. Or else, if you do not take a definitive decision from the beginning, you will have to choose anew at each moment, even between the falsehood and the truth. Seventh Sutra. But even in the event you have not made the irrevocable decision at the outset, you should have the good fortune to live during one of these unimaginable hours of universal history when the grace is present, embodied upon earth. It will offer you a certain exceptional moments, the renewed possibility of making a final choice that will lead you straight to the goal, says our Divine Mother.
Statuesque symbol Titan passion goes to proud unrest. At wisdom's altar they are kings and priests, for their life is sacrificed to an idol power.
Question, sweet mother, what is meant exactly by I am with you? It is said that Sri Aurobindo and you are one and the same consciousness, but the personal presence of Sri Aurobindo and your own personal presence, two distinct things, each playing a particular role. For this, our Divine Mother says, I am with you because I am you or you are me. I am with you means a world of things, for I am with you at every level, on every plane, from the supreme consciousness to my most physical consciousness. A long time ago, Sri Aurobindo had this reminder with which you are all quite familiar, put everywhere in the ashram, which says, always behave as if the Divine Mother was looking at you, because she is indeed always present. This is not a mere sentence, these are not just words, it is a fact. I am concretely with you, and with those with a subtle vision can see me. Our Divine Mother says, there is more than a bond with those whom I have accepted as disciples, those to whom I have said yes. There is an emanation of myself. Whenever necessary, this emanation notifies me as to what is happening. In fact, I know constantly, but all these things are not registered in my active memory. Otherwise, it would be flooded, with the physical consciousness. As if for some reason or other you're writing for my help, I answer, I am with you. This means that the communication with you becomes active and you are in my active consciousness. And this bond between you and me is never cut. There are people who have left the ashram for a longer time, but I never abandon them. For truth, I feel responsible for each and every one, even if I've met them for a second. And now you know that Sri Aurobindo and I are always one and the same consciousness, the one and the same person. Only when this unique force or presence is felt in your individual consciousness, it assumes different forms or appearances depending upon your temperament, your aspiration, your needs, a particular cast of your nature. Your individual consciousness is like a filter or a pointer. It makes a choice and settles upon the possibility in the infinity of divine possibilities. In truth, the divine gives to each one exactly what he expects from him. If you believe the divine to be at a distance and cruel, he will be at a distance and be cruel, because it may be necessary for your supreme well-being to feel the wrath of God. He may be Kali for the worshippers of Kali and bliss for the Bhakta. He will be the all knowledge of seekers after knowledge, the transcendent impersonal of the illusionist. He will be an atheist for an atheist and the love of the lover. Our Divine Mother says, if you believe that He can erase everything, He will erase all your faults, all your errors tirelessly, and at each moment you will feel His infinite grace. In truth, the divine is what you expect of Him in your deeper aspiration. And once you enter into His consciousness, where all things are seen with a single look, the infinite multitude of the divine's relationship with men, you realize how wonderful everything is in every detail. You can also look at the history of mankind and how you see how much the divine has evolved depending upon what men have understood, desired, hoped, or dreamed of. How he was materialistic with the materialist, how each day he grows, draws nearer, becomes more luminous as the human consciousness widens. Our Divine Mother says everyone is free to choose. The perfection of this endless variety of relationships between man and God throughout the history of the world is an unutterable wonder. Yet all this together is but a second in the total manifestation of the divine. Our Divine Mother says the divine is with you according to your aspiration. This does not mean naturally that he bends to the whims of your outer nature. I am speaking here of the truth of your being. Yet sometimes he does fashion himself according to your outer aspirations, and if, like the devout, you like alternately in estrangement and embrace, ecstasy and despair, the divine too will be estranged from you. Draw near according to your belief. Therefore, one's attitude is extremely important. Even everyone's outer attitude is very important. People do not just People do not know just how important faith is, how faith is a miracle, a creator of miracles. For at each moment, you expect to be uplifted and drawn towards the divine. He will come and uplift you, and He will be there every moment, very near and very nearer to you. If we were to speak of things that are true, we speak of the innumerable experiences. Our Divine Mother says, Lord Sri Aurobindo speaks of a progressive manifestation of the Spirit in the forms it inhabits. When one reaches the summit of this manifestation, one has a plunging view of the path always traversed, and one remembers. But this remembering is in a mental way. Those who claim to have been this or that barren in the Middle Ages, that remains in the past lives as a beautiful illustrative classic, says our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says, the minutes of contact with the soul are often those a moment of a decisive turning point in one's life, a step forward, a progress in the consciousness, and frequent result of a crisis, situation of an extreme intensity, depends upon a call. When a call surges forth from the whole being, a call so strong that the inner consciousness pierces through the unconscious layers that envelop it and is revealed fully luminous upon the surface. This very strong call of the being can also call forth the descent of a divine emanation, an individuality, a divine aspect that unites with your own individuality at a given moment to do a given work, to win a particular battle, to express this thing or that. Then, when the work is accomplished, this emanation most often withdraws. So it must be that one retains the memory of the circumstances, surroundings, minutes of revelation or inspiration, and one sees again a landscape, the color of a garment one was wearing at that particular moment. And this is what is the difference between an ordinary life and a life which has turned towards the divine consciousness. Because the consciousness that reveals itself in you reveals at the same time the consciousness in things and the surroundings and that of the ecstasy. Our Divine Mother says, memories of the past and the divine spark is deeply buried, which comes to the surface consciously and be associated with the outer life at the most of the time. Each one must become a total conscious being in all parts of the being and be totally united with one's divine origin before one can truly say that one recalls everything of the divine presence in man. These are the words of our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says at the very top, a constant vision of the Supreme's will in the world, an overall vision of what is to be done individually at each moment, in each circumstance, the vision of the truth of the moment, of the circumstance of the individual, in the external consciousness, the impersonal, the mechanical recording of what is happening, of what are the people and the things that comprise both the field of action and the limitations imposed upon this action. The recording is innately automatic and mechanical without any kind of evaluation as objective as possible. It is within oneself that one finds the pretending. It's a name of a boat, says our